So some of the most powerful mantras that I like to practice every single day are those related to surrendering and releasing all of our negative emotions, all of our blocked energies, all of our thoughts and belief patterns that no longer serve us, releasing all of it to the universe. Because I always say that the more we are able to release that resistant energy to the universe, the more we're able to receive all of the goodness, the abundance, and the prosperity from the universe. And I'm telling you, I've experienced this release and surrender personally in my own life in many different situations where the more I let go, the more I receive. And I've seen this in other people's lives, and I've heard stories, endless stories about this release and surrender. And I remember this one particular story, I never forgot it, by a Tai Chi teacher named Daniel. And you know, when he began his holistic practice, he actually started as a massage therapist. And at one point, he wanted to go out on his own, go independent, and run his own massage therapy. So at that point, he had to acquire his own clients. And so one day he was sitting in his car, and it was the day before when his rent was due. And he knew he didn't have the money to pay his rent. And he was feeling really stressed and anxiety ridden. And he said he knew that he had done everything that he could possibly do to acquire clients in terms of marketing, in terms of outreach. I mean, he said he did everything possible to really get that clientele. And so he was sitting in his car alone, feeling so stressed and anxiety ridden because he knew that he didn't have enough money to make his rent the next day. And he was so at his rock bottom, so stressed, so anxiety ridden that he could do no more, that his energy was so low that all he could do at that moment was completely surrender and release to the universe. He said that's all he had as an option. He had no other energy at that point but to release and surrender to the universe. And that's exactly what he did because he didn't know what else to do at that point. He was so at rock bottom. And as soon as he released that stress, that anxiety, the fear, he just said, I'm completely releasing it to the universe because I don't know what else to do. He said as soon as he did that, the phone rang and he booked a client and was able to make his rent the next day. And I never forget the story because it just so illustrates the power of releasing and surrendering all of this resistant energy to the universe. So I received a comment from a viewer named Anne who was confused about how you could let go and then receive more. And so I want to read this comment to you because other viewers had the same confusion. So Anne writes, I have been trying to apply law of attraction, but I fail miserably every single time. Somehow, I saw your videos and they did help me clarify what I have been doing wrong all this time. I do have one question. In your The Most Powerful Lesson I Learned in Law of Attraction, you said the more you let go, the more you receive. But in this video, you talked about visualization and changing of subconscious mind. How can we let go of something and visualize it at the same time? For example, I want a Lexus car. I have the picture of it on my vision board and visualize about it whenever I can. But then, do I just let the thought go? I'm confused. So I understand why Anne is confused and why it seems contradictory, because in my video about law of attraction, I talk about how our thoughts create our life, that our vibrational energy from our thoughts are being broadcast out into the world, out into the universe, and then the universe just matches that vibrational energy and returns to us that same experience as our thoughts. So our thoughts create our life. And I say that the best way to receive that experience is to let go and surrender to the universe. And then in my visualization video, I say that we should focus and visualize the things that we want. Pay attention, put focus on it by visualizing what we desire, and then it will come into our experience. So I totally understand that that seems contradictory. On the one hand, I'm saying let go. And then on the other hand, I'm saying focus and visualize. And so I want to clarify why they're not contradictory and why I stand by what I say. And so for most people, law of attraction and visualization techniques don't work because they're broadcasting two split energies. And so on the one hand, let's say somebody has $2 in the bank. That's their physical reality, that they only have $2 in the bank. However, they desire $2 million in the bank. And so what most people do is as they keep observing this $2 in the bank, this is what they continue to broadcast out into the world. $2 in the bank, $2 in the bank. So they're broadcasting this lacking, frustrated energy out into the universe. That's what they're broadcasting. They're broadcasting this vibrational energetic frequency. And so in order to get that $2 million into your bank, you have to raise your vibrational frequency to match it, right? Because the $2 million is here and the $2 is here, but most people are just observing the $2 and they keep broadcasting the lacking of $2 in the bank. But $2 million is up here. So in order for you to match the $2 million vibrational frequency, which is up here, you've got to let go of that resistant, lacking energy. You have to surrender it to the universe. You have to let it go. And that's what I mean by letting go. I don't mean that you're letting go of the desire, because the universe already knows what you desire. You're not letting that go. What you're letting go is this resistant energy that you do not have the $2 million. You keep thinking that you're lacking and that you're not abundant. You have to let go and surrender that resistant energy to the universe, which means that you have to be unconditionally happy regardless of whether you have $2 or $2 million in the bank. But what most people are doing is they keep observing this lacking of $2 in the bank or lacking of that Lexus car, and they keep broadcasting out that resistant lacking energy. That's what they continue to do because they can't get over their physical reality that they only have $2 in the bank. They can't get over it for some reason because it's a challenging thing, because when you're actually observing something, that's what you believe your reality is, right? So I understand why this is challenging. However, the universe is just reading this broadcasting energy. As you keep broadcasting this $2 in the bank, this lacking energy, that's what the universe is reading, and that's what the universe is giving back to you because it's just matching your vibrational frequency. And so where visualizations become very effective is when you feel like abundant, when you have let go of all of that resistant energy and you're feeling that $2 million abundance. You're feeling it in every cell in your body. You're feeling it. That is when visualization works. And when people do visualization, often they're doing it when they have the energy of lacking, energy of frustration, energy of stress, energy of anxiety. They're not doing the visualizations at the right time. You have to do it when you have matched that energetic frequency, when you feel great, when you feel joyous, when you feel unconditionally happy, whether you have $2 in the bank or $2 million in the bank. You have to feel unconditionally happy, whether you've got that Lexus car in your garage or whether you don't have it. It's about unconditional happiness, because then you're raising that vibrational frequency to match what you're desiring. And then by law of attraction, the desired thing, object, or experience must come into your life. So the best way to release and surrender resistant energy is to do mantras all day throughout the day. And you could do it, the first thing when you wake up, you could do it in the shower, you could do it on your drive into work, you could do it during lunchtime. And there's so many opportunities throughout the day to mantra letting go and surrendering to the universe. And my favorite mantra is really this: the more I let go and trust the universe, the more I receive. The more I let go and trust the universe, the more I receive. The more I let go and trust the universe, the more I receive. I love this mantra. It's really simple and it's really effective. And you can do your own version of this mantra, whatever really works for you, to start switching that energy, to raise that vibrational energy to what you desire. You have to release that negative energy. And you could even call on your angels, your archangels, and your personal angels to help you to release and surrender all of this blocked energy. You can do that. I use my personal angels. I call upon Archangel Michael sometimes, to help me release fear. So call upon your personal angels to help you to release and surrender, because that is the most powerful thing we could do in our lives to really receive the things that we desire. So like I said, I really practice letting go and surrendering to the universe on a daily basis, and I try to do it throughout the day, because I know it's the most powerful thing that we could do in our lives, is to just surrender and let go and trust the universe. And so if you have stories, experiences where you've let go, like Daniel's story, and you received more from the universe, please share your experiences, your stories below, because your comments, feedback, stories, and experiences really help me and my community at large. And if you like this video, please make sure to share it and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to visit all of my spiritual and holistic living tips, just go to my website at yinandyangliving.com. Let go.